Both strong and weak weapons are available in PUBG Mobile. Bad weapons can put you out of the game no matter how brilliantly you play. This is Clash of Games, and we're going to speak about the top 10 worst weapons to use in PUBG Mobile to assist you out. But first, if you're new here, hello and welcome. We frequently post about the newest games and latest updates that you won't want to miss. So subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified whenever a new upload is made. In PUBG, there are many weapons to choose from, and if you're new to the game, it cannot be easy to figure out which ones you should use and which you should ignore. These decisions can also make or break a match because less time spent deciding which weapons to deploy means more time spent pressing the advantage. So even if you've spent hundreds, if not thousands of hours playing this game, determining which weapons are the best or worst might be difficult. Of course, they all have advantages and disadvantages in certain situations, but there are some clear winners in statistics. It's important to note that this weapon tier list only considers the weapon's base statistics, not any attachments. Certain weapons gain greatly from improvements, but not to the point where the nature of this tier list is significantly altered. Some weapons are simply superior to their counterparts. To assist you in identifying the top 10 worst weapons in PUBG Mobile, we must first understand how these weapons came to be among the worst in the game and what makes them so horrible. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't use this weapon. You should use it if you have no other option, and some of them may end up being your finest weapon. Light Machine Gun M249. We have M249 at number 1, but not this M249, but the newly redesigned M249, which has undergone a slew of alterations that PUBG devs refer to as optimization, but it is more of a de-optimization. Anyway, the M249 used to be one of the best weapons in the game, but following the redesign or so-called optimization, it has now consistently become the worst weapon. If I were to fight an M249 player, I would certainly win, even if they had an advantage, because the new M249 is so bad. Most weapons such as the M4 AKM barrel and even the Scar 1 outperform the M249 in terms of performance. Regardless, this weapon is better than most of the other weapons on this list, but the reason it's number 1 is that it is an airdrop only weapon, so it should be better than other weapons, but it isn't. For example, if you're looting an airdrop and come across this weapon, few people will pick it up since they know it's not as powerful as before. Most people are unaware of this, so that they will take it up, and when they use it, they will most likely die because it is no longer as powerful as it once was. Pistol Sawed Off. We have none other than the Sawed Off at number 2. Whether that's a pistol or a shotgun, we'll never know, but it may be both. So this weapon is only available on Myanmar, which is a good thing because it isn't as powerful or reliable as other shotguns or pistols. On the other hand, a sawed-off is a double-barrel shotgun pistol. Will it do the same damage as a shotgun? No. It does way less damage, around 40 to 50% less damage, and its range isn't that great either. So, with only 2 rounds per magazine, you have to hit your 2 shots exactly to kill your opponent. Otherwise, if you miss at least 1 shot, you're virtually doomed because reloading takes 4 seconds. Stun grenades. At number 3, we have stun grenades or flash grenades, depending on how you want to refer to them, but they are the most worthless weapon. I've always thought of it as a prank weapon that's largely useful for pranking teammates or blinding or mocking them. If you try to use it on an opponent, you'll never know if you blinded them, or not unless you get very near, and its range is extremely limited. Your foes will only be blinded for a few seconds, so for the most part, it's a useless weapon. That's not to say you shouldn't use it or carry it. It has its purpose, which is to stun your adversaries, which rarely happens when you're moving. Pistol R25 Revolver. On to the number 4 spot, we have the R25 PUBG Mobiles, another Miramar-specific weapon that substitutes the standard revolver seen in the Erangel map with 45 ammunition. The R45 uses 7.62 instead of 7.62, yet both revolvers do the same amount of damage. So what makes it one of the worst weapons? Well, it's the rate of fire. If you fire an R25 quickly and compare it to a standard revolver, you'll see that the R45 fires quite slowly, and while using a pistol, most people use rapid tapping. Also, remember that an R45 has only 6 rounds, while a standard revolver has 7. However, the standard revolver shoots faster overall. Crossbow. We have a crossbow at number 5, so let me ask you a question. What exactly is a crossbow? Is it a sniper rifle or what? I have no idea what kind of weapon it is. Therefore, I'm going to classify it as a funny weapon. However, please don't mistake the crossbow for a bad or ineffective weapon. It may be extremely effective when used correctly. I believe most of you are aware, like AWM, the crossbow can destroy a level 3 helmet with a single headshot, making it one of the finest weapons in the game. However, it has the potential to be one of the worst weapons in the game. No one knows what the crossbow's purpose is, but it is the game's most silent weapon as far as I know. Hello, we've made it halfway through our list. Feel free to leave a comment and tell us what you think is the worst PUBG Mobile weapon. M16A4. M16A4 is ranked 6th on the list. The M16A4 assault rifle is one of the lowest ranked assault firearms in PUBG Mobile. There is no full auto option on this semi-auto AR, allowing gamers to spew bullets. Furthermore, its firing range is insufficient to be employed as a semi-sniper. As a result, it's essentially useless. The M416 and the Scar L are superior if you require a sturdy gun for your short and medium range fighting. R45. This is yet another pistol that is only available in Miramar. Even though it fires 7.62mm ammunition, it does less damage than the M1895 due to its slower rate of fire. Apart from that, it only has 6 rounds, when other pistols have 7. Thus, the R45 is, without a doubt, one of the worst weapons in this shooting game. Winchester. On to the number 8 place, we have Winchester, which falls into the bolt-action sniper rifle category and has the lowest damage output of all the snipers. It used to be a joke weapon, but it improved slightly once PUBG introduced a scope, but it still has the lowest damage output of all the snipers. To kill your opponent, you'll need 2 to 3 headshots or 3 to 4 body shots. If they're wearing decent armor, you could certainly use the Win94. It's not as horrible as it used to be. It's seen a few tweaks that have improved it, which is why it's ranked at number 8. So it's a usable weapon, but only for early games. Later on, it's meaningless to use it. VSS. VSS is a suppressed sniper rifle with a permanent 4x scope attached to it. It falls under the DMR category. Most people say VSS is a very underrated weapon. In my opinion, no, it isn't, because it has a few major flaws. One of which is its mag size, which comes with 10 rounds by default and 20 when using extended mag. So 10 rounds combined with low damage output isn't ideal. However, because its rounds move 3 times slower than those of most other DMRs, the bullet drop on this weapon will be insane. These are the reasons why VSS is ranked 9th. If PUBG tries to improve it by boosting its damage, which isn't happening because it uses 9mm ammo, and improving the bullet drop isn't possible either because it uses 9mm ammo, VSS would undoubtedly be an underestimated weapon. AUG A3. On to number 10, we have the AUG A3. Now, I know what you're thinking. How did this gun end up on this list? Well, the AUG A3 is an airdrop-only weapon. Therefore, it's supposed to be a superior weapon than the M416, but it isn't. M4 and AUG perform nearly identically, with AUG outperforming M4 on occasion. As a result, AUG A3 is not a superior version of M416. Unlike the other airdrop weapons such as Groza, a better version of AKM and Barrel, and the MK14 is a better version of all DMRs, and the AWM is a better version of all other sniper rifles. Now you should see why I include the AUG on this list. It's almost as powerful as the M4, but it's not a better version of the M4. That concludes today's video. To be notified of new uploads, subscribe and click the notification button. Clash of Games is back, and we'll see you in our next video.